Drew Brees is here on the program. It really is good to see you, sir. Do you miss playing football, Drew?
Oh yeah,
Do you miss it?
absolutely.
You do?
I mean, look, I love the game so much, and it's a reason why I coach. I mean, I coach obviously because my kids love the game, and
Right.
and I want to be as part of as many things as I can with them. I love coaching their friends and just and being around the environment of being able to build a team. And I've always seen football as so much more than just playing a game. It's character and leadership development and faith development, and that's what we do at the school that I'm a part of as well, Santa Fe Christian. But also, I love the game. I mean, I've always seen it and processed it differently. Obviously, playing so long in the NFL, but man, I mean, I'm such a fan of the game. Like if you just called me up and said, "Hey, let's go to the local high school game just to watch ball," I'd be like, "Heck yeah, let's go." I don't care if it's Pop Warner or high school or college. I'm taking my kids to the Texas Ohio State game this weekend. I'm
Okay.
taking the Saints games every other weekend. I mean, look, we love ball.
Did you? I imagine you must have known Arch Manning. You must have crossed paths with him quite a bit, right? Back in
Yeah,
the day
so
in New
so
Orleans.
my kids went to Newman, which
Right.
is where Arch went to school in New Orleans.
Right.
So we crossed over. My last 2 years, Arch was a freshman sophomore. So watched Arch play from when he was a freshman. I mean, you could see right away, phenomenal athlete. Obviously got big Archie's athleticism.
I love it. Yeah,
But
go all in. Go all in. You know
no,
it.
no.
You know it. You know it. You know about Peyton and Eli. Go all in
Hey,
here, Drew. Go all
here's
in.
here's
Yeah.
the irony. Here's
Yeah.
the irony because we watched a couple Texas games last year.
Sure.
Is you've got one of the best passers in all of college football, who was basically the Taysom Hill of the Texas Longhorns last year. Like they put him in to pound the rock,
That's right.
right? Like and run all these QB design runs. And I'm sitting there going, like, this is one of the better passers in all of college football, fulfilling this role for Texas. Who would have thought? No offense to, Peyton and Eli, but you didn't see Peyton and Eli doing that in
No, I
college
know.
football.
I
So
think one
no,
of
he's
those. I think one of those
yeah,
moments led to a welcome to big time college football playoff moment. I think he got smoked on one of them in
yeah.
the college football playoffs. But I am excited to see what he's got cooked up, and it's pretty cool that you're going to see this. And what an environment as well, with Ohio State raising a banner Saturday of the college football
Yeah.
weekend, kicking things off. You're here courtesy of the Big Ten as well, back there in Big Ten country, Drew. It's going to be pretty cool for you. I'm excited.
You know what? I love the fact that we got, the whoever thought the Big Ten would be 18 teams,
That's right.
and stretching coast to coast.
Right.
But I can't think of more storied, football programs than the one that we have, the ones we have in the Big Ten now. And adding, SC, UCLA, Washington, Oregon last year. I'm going to go watch SC play at Purdue this year. I know Purdue travels and plays at Washington. I mean, it's crazy to think about now, just kind of the reach that the Big Ten has, but just the level of competition across college football now is incredible. I love the extended playoff, with the college football playoff. I mean, it just makes for a bunch of really, really exciting games throughout the year.
Yeah, we'll get to the We Give blood drive, courtesy of Abbott and the Big Ten Conference that you're here zooming in to talk about in a sec, if you don't mind. Drew Brees, what is your best guess of what Bo Nix is going through right now? What do you think?
I think he's extremely excited. Coming off a rookie season where, I mean, look, for any rookie coming out of college football to then go and start, a full 17 game season now and then go into the playoffs. I mean, it's a grind. It's a grind. And now couple that with the fact that, he's in a Sean Payton offense where obviously, they require a lot from the quarterback position. And, you're trying to develop that rapport and chemistry and everything with your receivers and the team as well and establish yourself. I know Bo was more than excited about coming into this second season, feeling like there was a whole nother level of comfort. Man, he had a great plan for what he wanted to get better at this offseason, where he wanted to improve. Man, he's such a natural athlete, tons of experience coming out of college, 61 college starts. There's a maturity there that, most guys, I think it takes a while to develop. He was a multi-sport athlete, so he's got this skill set and these traits, and I think this demeanor that really lend itself to being, an exceptional NFL quarterback. And, I think it's time, for him, and I know he feels this way, just, man, crank it up a notch. Obviously, you got the Kansas City Chiefs and the Chargers in that division that are,
Mm-hmm.
kind of the bullseye on the Chiefs' chest, but you got a really tough division to get through. But man, that defense that they have is stout. I know Sean Payton wants to run the ball as well and establish the run that sets up play action, everything else for Bo. So, I mean, shoot, I think they're poised to have a great season.
Well, I mean, again, you weren't a rookie coming into Sean Payton's world. You were established, okay?
Yeah.
And we all know what was going on in San Diego and how you arrived in New Orleans back in the day. That said, what was the tough love moment with you and Sean Payton? One of the first ones that Nix might have experienced last year is going through in year two.
Yeah.
Right
So
now.
see, to your point, Sean Payton, his first year as head coach was my first year there, right? I was his second free agent signing. So I really felt like, where that offense was then compared to how we evolved over 15 years together. I mean, it was night and day. It went from like third grade math to calculus 303, but that was an evolution over time that we kind of built together, and we had this institutional knowledge with each other. I mean, like we could look at each other and say, "Hey, remember that play we ran in 2007 against the, whatever on Sunday Night Football?" And, blah, blah, blah. And then, so there was that just rapport that was created over time. And to your point, here's Bo Nix stepping into the situation where it's like, okay, well, this offense is already at like a stage 9, and so you got to almost kind of reel it back and say, okay, let's start from, square one. It's basically learning in a completely new language, and you're only going to be able to do what you feel like the quarterback is comfortable with, but at the same time, you're trying to press him and challenge him to really, kind of embrace it all. And I mean, Sean Payton's going to make that offense as complicated as the quarterback can handle it, and there's so many elements to it that, I mean, look, I think for me, Sean and I had that type of relationship where it got to the point where truly I knew what he was going to call before he called it, and a lot of that was just communication throughout the week and as we would talk through situations and that sort of thing. But I mean, that's really where you want to be with the play caller. I mean, did we have those moments where you're coming to the sideline and he's pissed about something with me, I'm pissed about something with him, and you're trying to, you're always recognizing that you're working together to come up with kind of the best solutions to problems and that kind of thing. At the end of the day, it's the player coach relationship, and he's always trying to bring out the best in you that just makes you want to play so hard for him. Like I always felt like I had something to prove to Sean Payton. In large part, that was because I knew that he took a chance to bring me into New Orleans coming off of my injury from the Chargers. And so I always felt really indebted to him throughout my career.
Yeah, maybe Nix feels that way too, right? Chosen 12th overall last year in a draft where 5 other guys went, and Bo was kind of viewed wrongly, obviously, as sort of like the last resort for somebody who needs a quarterback in the first round. You might as well take him. You know what I mean? So
isn't it funny? But isn't it funny that 6 quarterbacks taken in the top 12 picks last year, right?
Yeah.
And yet each team that's selected really felt like they got their guy. I mean, maybe there were teams that said, "Oh, had I had the first round pick, I would have taken Caleb Williams too," or whatever the case. But bottom line is, I like when Sean Payton told me, "Hey, I really wanted Bo Nix, next to or above all these other guys." Like I believe that, and it just happened to be that Bo fell to being the 6th quarterback taken, even though that was the 12th pick, which is a really, really high pick. And Sean Payton sitting there going, well, I can make an argument that he was the best of the bunch, right? So each guy kind of has their own evaluation process, their own reason for feeling like they got the guy that they really, really wanted, that maybe fit their system or fit what they were trying to build. But regardless, I find it fascinating that in an industry that is so, so precise and so exact and put so much thought and effort into the draft process or how you're building the team or how you're kind of filling all these, positions, that you would have so many different opinions about, who the better player is or how they fit a system a certain way. But bottom line is, I think Sean Payton got his guy, and I think we're going to see that play out.
It's exciting. That bandwagon's full, man. People talking about the Broncos this year and obviously what's going on with Sean Payton. A few minutes left here with Drew Brees. Let's talk about the We Give Blood Drive. What is it? What do you want people to know about, Drew?
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's a partnership with global healthcare leader Abbott and the Big Ten Conference called the We Give Blood Drive. I'm encouraging everybody to get out and give blood. We're in a major shortage across the U.S. in regards to blood. everyone who gives blood, first off, everyone every 2 seconds needs blood. That's an amazing statistic that I don't think we realize. When you give blood, you can save 3 lives, which is also incredible. All the blood that's given, over 25% of it goes to help cancer patients. And so what's a better way than to also incentivize, I think, the Big Ten schools to have a little competition, a little friendly competition here to see who can actually donate the most blood. So right now, I would encourage everybody, go give blood at the local blood centers. If you have an affiliation with a Big Ten school and you want to participate, then go to big10.org/Abbott and register your blood donation to the school of your choice. And the school that gets the most blood donated will end up winning $1 million towards their school and student and healthcare activities. So,
as you know, I can participate for my Big Ten
school. You can
school.
participate. You do have loyalties somewhere up north.
You could say it. This isn't.
That's awesome.
No, hold on. He's afraid he won't be let into Ohio Stadium on Saturday.
He's going to the game.
Don't poke the bear, man. They're real sensitive, Drew.
Apparently Big Ten schools get upset if you talk poorly about them, and so they may not let you on campus.
So I respect. I don't want to, your whole family's going. It's a big game. I want to mess around with it.
I root for the Big Ten. I want to see the Big Ten succeed.
Okay, good.
Except when we play other Big Ten schools, then I want to kick their butt.
I understand that. Before I let you go, I don't believe I've ever asked you about this, and you mentioned 2006, and you and Sean Payton showed up in New Orleans together. We all remember Katrina damn near wiped that city off the map, and the Superdome reopens, and NFL Network was there on this Monday night. I remember it was a big initiative, obviously, for Paul Tagliabue in the league to make sure that New Orleans was going to get their due and get the stadium and keep the team there, and it was a monster night. And I'm getting goosebumps talking about it because there's a statue outside the stadium right now about the Steve Gleason block punt. And I've never heard a stadium louder, Drew, in my 22-plus years with NFL Network. I've never heard anything like it. I was sitting next to Marshall Faulk, Mr. New Orleans himself, and I remember Mike Vick, and the Falcons are in. He fumbled a ball in the first possession, and the ball was loose, and the place went nuts, and then it rolled out of bounds, and it brought about a punt. I imagine you're standing on the sideline ready to take the field to score the first touchdown for the New Orleans Saints in the reopened Superdome, correct? Am I right?
Absolutely, yeah.
The floor is now yours. What happened from your perspective?
True. Well, it's exactly right. Like my mindset is I'm really not even watching the punt. I'm sitting there I'm zoned in on, okay, here's the first play. What am I looking for? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm more just focusing on, what am I going to do when I step on the field to execute this first drive in what is the biggest game of all of our lives up to this point. And I hear it before I ever see it. Is this block punt by Steve Gleason? I mean, it was like a shotgun blast, and then the Superdome absolutely erupted. I mean, it was like it could have blown the top off. But just what that symbolized, and also the person who was responsible for that, Steve Gleason, probably one of the greatest human beings, one of the greatest teammates ever, and we know his story and his fight with ALS. But that was a symbol to not just the city but the world that New Orleans was going to come back stronger than ever.
And
there was no way we were going to lose that game.
Oh, exactly. One of those where 4 snaps in, game's over. I sensed it. I felt it. It was unbelievable to witness it. It's so rare, right, for fans to get what they want so quickly in this day and age with a big moment that everybody in the building knew they will never forget the rest of their lives. I am wondering, though, in the first 15 scripted, what was the first play? I imagine, were you and Sean going to take your shot?
That's a great question. I don't remember, but I do remember when we got the ball, the first possession, we did go down and score, but we had to convert a couple third downs. And I remember the Falcons had some exotic pressure packages, and I was just getting the feeling like, man, like they need a little momentum shift here. So they're going to dial up one of these on the first third down. So sure enough, it was like 3rd and 10, and we call one of my favorite pass plays. But they dial up one of these pressures, and they have a guy free, and he's bearing down on me. It's one of those where it's like, dude, just stand in here and deliver the ball. And I got absolutely rocked. But a completed pass, and then I think we end up running like some kind of a reverse to Devery Henderson and scoring and going up 14-zip. And it was just kind of like further putting the nail in the coffin as far as like how this night was going to go and how we're going to beat these guys. But no, I remember getting, I remember my back hitting the turf pretty hard, but then knowing, hey, we're going to score a touchdown and we're going to go win this thing.
Unbelievable. I'll never forget that night. Never forget that night. Drew, thanks for the time here. Big10.org/Abbott to sign up and donate blood for your institution of higher learning in the Big Ten. Purdue for the man on the right, Michigan obviously for the man on the left. Or you can text the word donate to 222-688, which spells out Abbott on your phone. Great to see you, man. Great to see you. I'd love to continue chatting. And obviously we're going to see you on Netflix Christmas Day, right, in the booth?
That's exactly right.
Okay. You're going to be either in Washington or Minnesota. Dallas versus when do you find out this assignment? Do we already know?
Hopefully soon. I'm ready for either of them.
Okay.
But I'm just excited to be in the booth and on Netflix Christmas Day.
Lions versus Vikings or Cowboys Commanders. Great stuff. Drew, great to see you. Best to your fan, man.
Thank you. You too, Rich.
Ladies and gentlemen, Drew Brees, everybody here on the Rich Eisen Show. I'll never forget that night. I will never, ever forget that night. We were all there from NFL Network, and I remember Marshall Faulk, Mr. New Orleans, the guy who once upon a time sold popcorn in that stadium. He says to me and Steve Mariucci, game's over, let's go grab some dinner, let's go hang out. Marshall Faulk, Mr. New Orleans, is saying, I will be your social Sherpa after one of the biggest nights in the history of New Orleans.
Please finish this story.
And Mariucci says, I'm tired. I'm probably just going to go back to the hotel and have room service.
What an epic fail.
And I said to Mooch, Marshall will attest. I said to Mooch, you know what, Steve, makes sense. Next time there's a storm of the century that damn near blows this entire place off the map, and then you come back and it's a big reopening that starts with a block punt that no one's ever going to forget, then we'll go out. We'll do it then.
Steve.
Next time.
And that wasn't enough.
Next time.
Right? He still went back.
Oh, he still went back.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.